Don't y'all agree that Jackie needs to do something?
She is drinking her drink.
That's ginger beer.
And she don't drink.
Why are we always making special privileges for you?
It's not special privileges. She's choosing not to drink.
I'm sorry, you're not a good attorney. I would like to see it right now. Because we're just having fun. I don't know her as an attorney. We're just having fun.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Sammy P, and today we're going to talk about Married to Medicine episode 5. I told you before, I am currently on vacation, but I decided to be consistent with that YouTube thing, you know, and I'm here and I'm back. So let's get right into it. We're back with Dr. Kiran and Dr. Eugene going back and forth about the apology that Dr. Kiran gave Dr. Eugene. And at this point, I felt like Dr. Eugene is fair whenever he's saying your apology is not genuine. But at this point, I think Dr. Eugene was so tired of going back and forth with Dr. Kiran that he was just like, you know what, it's fine, I'm done with it. But I agree with Dr. Eugene. You can't give someone an apology and then say, well, but it was funny. No, you doing that is showing a lot of lacking of emotional intelligence, you know. And I felt like Dr. Evelyn's husband, as usual, who is usually the voice of the reason, said, hey, since I've been in this show, your wife said a lot of things about everybody. My own wife even said things about y'all. And at the end of the day, if I had to be focused on what people would say about me, I'd be really hurt. But because it's your wife talking, I made the decision to not take it seriously. But I admit that I would take it differently coming from a guy. And the simple thing for Dr. Kiran is just don't get into your wife's shenanigans with the other ladies. Just don't play into it and everything. If for you it means you're going to be more careful about your jokes because it was just a joke or whatever it takes, just don't get into women's problem anymore, because I agree that this group of men did a pretty good job in general to not get into the problems that their wife have. That's it for me on that. Anila, is it really that hard for you to take care of your kids? Sometimes Anila give me the type of woman that never really took care of her kid like that. It's kind of weird. I mean, you are a stay-at-home mom. I understand that you are been working on the blogging thing and the vlogging thing, which is a lot of work. So I'm not going to come and act like this is not a lot of work. But a part of me is like, I feel like you have the means to make it easier on you. I don't think that having children and taking care of them is easy. It's definitely not easy. So even though I do not have any children, but I do feel that with the means that you and your husband have combined, I think you can figure it out. Let me all know what you think in the comments, y'all. Let me all know if you think that Anila has the right to complain about the difficulty of raising 2 children, or do you think that some of the complaints that she has are unfounded? Is there anything that she can do to make it easier on herself? She mentioned having both of parents come to take care of her kids. Her husband does not seem excited by the idea of having Anila's parents living with them, which I understand. It's not easy to deal with in-laws. Not used to them, they're not used to you. You used to be a certain way, and then based on the culture that you are from, it might be a lot of work to have in-laws living with you, you know. So I understand why her husband is not that excited about it, but if that can help her, you know, that's good, because the way she's talking is like it's really, really hard on her. And I don't want to talk about things that I don't know about, because I do not have children. And I know that children are a lot of work, but I also feel that Anila and her husband have the means to get some help, which they have been having help for a long time. So let me all know what you think in the comments, y'all. Dr. Contessa working on a figure competition. I mean, Dr. Contessa, one thing about her is like she's very dynamic. She's always willing to try new things. Her being a doctor, her being a mom, her being a wife, and she's still doing things for herself. that is very inspiring to me. The whole figure competition thing, I mean, that shit is a lot of work, y'all. And I'm like a thick girl that's trying to always manage her weight, and the dieting is really, really hard. So I really had some understanding for Dr. Contessa when the trainer came and told her what to do, but I'm sure she can do it. Discipline is a big deal, y'all. And that's the thing with all those doctors and people that are very successful. I would say that the number one key of their success outside of God's grace is discipline. Discipline. And that is something that I'm working on a lot for myself. I want to be a more disciplined person in every aspect of my life, but at the same time, I want to also enjoy my life. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be a disciplined person that is enjoying life, if that makes sense. And I do think that the both of them can go together, because discipline is not hurting you. Something that I've been working on is telling myself that discipline doesn't have to be hard. Discipline is me taking care of myself, waking up, making sure my house is clean, making sure I'm clean, making sure I'm working out, making sure I'm eating the right thing, is discipline for the best of me. It's a type, because I feel like a lot of us, when we hear discipline, we're thinking strict, we're thinking hard. I feel that depending on how our mindset is, we can change how we approach the term being disciplined. Let me know in the comment what you think about it. And her daughter, she's so cute. She has so much personality. And it's always nice to see kids in those shows. They always are a breath of fresh air. Dr. Jackie bringing Dr. Simone, Dr. Evenly, and she's letting them know she's planning a trip to Vegas. One thing I do like about Dr. Evenly and Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone trio, even though it's not really one, is that even though Dr. Evenly and Dr. Simone don't get along like that, they still kind of like manage to deal with each other. They always laugh with each other and banter. We even see them in Vegas, like they're having a good ass time, running around and fighting for no reason. They give me sisterly vibe. I really, really like that, and that's something I love about Married to Medicine. I feel like those ladies are so real. I can relate to them a lot, the way they relate with each other, the way they talk to each other. And I like Dr. Simone and Dr. Ebony, they really make me laugh, those two. So now the ladies, they're all going to Vegas, they're all in Vegas, they're in the room and everything. And I mean, Toya has no filter, y'all. Toya has no filter. You do not know this lady from Adam and Eve, and I'm talking about Audra, who is Dr. Evanly's friend, and you just decided to tell her she's not a good lawyer. Toya, are you a good stay-at-home mom? What are you good at, Toya? Drinking? Like, come on. Like, Toya has no filter, and something with Toya is that she's really misunderstood. But for me, it's like she's hard to understand. Like, why are you mad at Dr. Jackie because Dr. Jackie refuses to drink? Dr. Jackie don't drink. That's just not what she does. And then you also have to be understanding that those ladies are doctors. A doctor comes with a lot of responsibility. Nobody wants to see a drunk doctor on TV. Nobody does. Even if she were to drink, she's not gonna get drunk because you feel that she needs to get drunk for you to feel like that they're having fun. Some people can have a good ass time without being drunk. I'm not a big drinker myself. I consider myself an occasional drinker. If I go out, I'll have a drink, maybe 2 max. And if I do have 2, I will make sure I'm not driving, sorry. And I still can have a good time. Like, if I go to the club, the music is good. I don't need to be drunk for me to have a good time. I think I only got drunk 1 time in my life, and I don't even remember anything. So how fun was that? Let me all know how you feel about the whole Toya thing. I just feel that Toya sometimes, I don't know, man. I have difficulty understanding Toya. I don't like to call people out their name or stuff like that, but let's just say that I just do not understand her approach at things. You know what I mean? And Toya give me that vibe that if you're not like very strong in who you are, she could easily make you do things that you wouldn't do usually because she wants to have a good time. And I always say that you need to be careful of people like that. I like the fact that Audra was saying, well, she does not drink, so she's not gonna drink to make you feel comfortable. Why do you need people to drink for you to feel comfortable, Toya? We all know you're a drinker. Nobody is judging you. You do what you do. Why do you feel like Dr. Jackie has to drink? Dr. Jackie does not have to drink to have a good time. She knows how to have a good time. She's just not like you. And she has additional responsibilities that you do not have. And we're all watching her. Her drinking or doing over drinking or acting a certain way is a direct reflection on who she is. And it can turn bad really fast. Like things can switch up really fast. And you telling that other lady that she's not a good lawyer based on what? Toya, please, like, filter your mouth. Like, do something, work on that. You've been doing this show for a long time. And I'm not asking you to change who you are or anything, but I feel like sometimes you forget yourself, and that's kind of dangerous. Ladies are playing the Never Have I game, and I mean, Dr. Contessa is a freak. I don't know if y'all noticed, but whenever they said never ever had a threesome, I think that Dr. Simone said that she had a threesome. Like, ooh, they're freaky, Dr. Simone and Cecile. Then Contessa said she never had one, but then nobody believed her because she talked about she went to a swinger club by mistake. And I'm like, how do you get to a swinger club by mistake? Are you just driving down the road looking for a place to go and dance, and then you stop at this club and then everybody is weird and you didn't know that they're swingers? Like, how does this work? And then when you get to the club, is it like a lot of people that are married and they look married and they go with other people? Like how this work, y'all? Please let me all know in the comment. I have never been in a swinger club. I am not interested in a swinger club, but I'm curious to know, how do you find yourself in a swinger club by accident? And then they talk about the whole 69 thing, like whenever, whatever. And then I think Dr. Jackie said she never had one, and Dr. Contessa was like, oh, that's a shame. And I'm like, child, Dr. Contessa, like, Dr. Contessa know how to get it popping. And the part of me, then they were talking about the wall is really tall and all that, and then that made me think about the on YouTube I came across Kevin Hart with like some guy that have a YouTube channel talk about that same thing. And you can have 6'9" with a tall person, their height doesn't affect anything. It really doesn't. It's all a torso thing. Like, how long does that torso needs to be for you all to be? You can do a 69 with someone that's tall. And all those ladies were talking about it, and I'm like, let me all know what you think in the comments, y'all. I mean, it was just nice seeing the ladies having a good time. I feel like the drama in this episode was very mild, which is good. We don't always want things to be very intense. I really enjoy seeing the ladies, especially Dr. Simone, Dr. Evan Lee, and Dr. Jackie banter with each other, having a good ass time, just being in that sisterhood and enjoying a good trip. You know, reality TV doesn't have to be drama all the time, and it does not have to be extreme drama all the time. I think it was just a fun, cool episode to watch on a nice Sunday afternoon. Let me all know what you think in the comments, y'all. And for those of you that are new, hey, and I invite you to, and for those of you that have been here supporting me, thank you all so much. I've seen that I've been getting a lot of more views, so I invite you to subscribe and to like and to comment. It's really being helpful for me and motivating me. And for those of you that are happy with my consistency on this, I invite you to give me some thumbs up and to leave me some comments and introduce yourself. I will be happy to talk to you in the comment as I respond to all the comments. Thank you all and see you soon. Bye.